So I like to start off my morning with a croissant, some sort of fruit, in this case banana, and 3% milk. I brush my teeth and start heading out the door for work. So this summer I took a break from taking courses at my university to accept a full-time student research position at the largest biology lab at my university. So I get to my small office, put my things down, and here's a funny conversation I had with Regina, one of the supervisors of the lab. You're feeding some insects your own
The bed bugs.
The bed bugs, okay.
Gerhard feeds the mosquitoes and I feed them sometimes.
Which area of your skin do you feed them?
They're always on my arms. See, the last feeding was on Saturday.
Oh
I
no.
have jars and I put screen on and turn the jars upside down and hold them with my other hand.
Are bed bugs really itchy?
No, not at all.
Not really.
I've done this now for 10 years. I'm numb. I don't even feel it anymore.
It's safe?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Good thing is bed bugs do not transmit any disease.
I see. Very interesting.
It's interesting, yeah.
So from all the bug talk, you can probably tell that I work at an insect lab, and the specific insect that I'm studying is the sable fly, which is a fly that is normally found on farms where they land on cows and feed on their blood, resulting in weight loss for the cow and a reduction in milk production, which causes like billions of dollars in damage to the farm industry every year. So that's the purpose of my research. And more specifically, I'm studying their ability to detect heat. And I can't be too much more specific. And that is because I signed an NDA before I got this job. But anyways, right now I'm making a fly media, which is basically an environment where fly pupae and fly larvae will grow and eventually emerge into healthy, stable flies for researchers like myself to perform experiments on. On days where I'm performing a lot of experiments, I usually start my day off by going down to the growth chamber and collecting a lot of flies, cold knocking them, and then sexing them into different petri dishes. But I did not do that this morning because recently I finished all the replicates for my assigned project. So today ended up being more of a housekeeping / lab maintenance kind of day. On other days, we go to farms and we take pictures of these cows and see where these flies are most likely to land on their body. And we also do like thermographic imaging and IR imaging to see the heat patterns on the cow's body. And we also try to test our lab experiments out in the wild, which is more practical since we then introduce our independent variables to naturally occurring flies. After fixing up a batch of fly media, I head down to the growth chamber and I put on my lab coat to make sure my crispy white shirt stays clean. And then I go into the chamber, take out 2 old fly cages, and then I stroll these down all the way to the insectary where I put them into the freezer for 15 minutes or so to make sure that all of the remaining flies in these old cages are dead. And then I bring them to the sink to give them a nice little wash down. For lunch, I have chicken, vegetables, and rice, and then after that, we were trying to figure out the spectral reflectance of some objects for a light project. And before I get off work, I eat a protein bar, and then I head down to the gym at my school. Today was push day, so I started off my workout with some military presses, in where I do 135 pounds for a 4x4 regiment. And here is my 4th and final set, and my upcoming right here, final rep, which is a complete grinder. But I got it up and I was pretty happy since that was my first time completing 135 pounds. And then we move on to the incline dumbbell bench press, which is a great exercise for the upper chest. And I do this with 70-pound dumbbells for 3 sets of 8 reps. Next, we have dips, which is a great exercise for your lower chest and triceps. I do this exercise for 3 sets of 12, and I just love adding calisthenics exercises into my weight room training. And then we have the overhead tricep extension, which hits the long head of the tricep, which is usually underworked in most push routines. And lastly, we finished the workout off with some face pulls for scapular mobility and health. So I leave the school around 6 o'clock, which is perfect because right as I get home, I can go straight to dinner. And today I also had more chicken, rice, and vegetables. And I also have a Gatorade to restore some electrolytes. And then at 9 o'clock, I drink a protein shake with some 3% milk. And I do this because I like to have a meal of some sort every 3 hours. And then I do some editing. And then I have this legendary snack that I made up, which is watermelon and Greek yogurt. It is probably the best combination of foods that I've ever come up with. It's so good. And then I end off the night with some seaweed and a handful of blueberries. And this is what a typical day for me looked like during this summer, working as a full-time student researcher. This was definitely the most difficult yet enjoyable job I've ever had, where I learned so many new things and met a bunch of awesome, lovely people in the lab that I worked at. Unfortunately, my work term has ended and fall semester is starting, where I'm going to be doing regular old boring school. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it somewhat entertaining, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.